Captain Ta stood at the window of the Peaceful Horizon looking out at the vast space station of the Galactic Concord. The station hung in space like a giant metal flower, with ships from 100 different worlds coming and going. Tay's face showed nothing, but his hands were tight behind his back. "Captain, the Council will see you now," said Officer Min, standing by the door. Ta nodded and straightened his blue uniform. Another day, another meeting where aliens would look down on humans. He was tired of it. The halls of the Concord station were tall and wide, built for many types of aliens. Some were very tall, some had 6 legs, some floated in the air. Humans were new here. Only 30 years ago, Earth ships had first met the aliens of the Concord. "Remember the rules," Ta said to his small team as they walked. "Smile, speak softly, and don't move too fast. We don't want to scare anyone." His team nodded. They all knew what to do. Humans were from what aliens called a death world, a planet that was very dangerous. Earth had high gravity, strong radiation, extreme weather, and many predators. This made humans stronger, faster, and tougher than most aliens. It also made aliens fear them. The council chamber was a big round room, with seats for the representatives of 50 major species. The human seat was in the back, small and far from the center. Tai and his team took their places quietly. "The human request to build a new trading post near Sector 7 is denied," announced Delegate Ruse of the Vex. The tall, thin alien didn't even look at Ta when speaking. "The area is too close to Vex space." Ta stood up slowly. "The proposed location is neutral space under Concord law. We have followed all proper rules." "Perhaps humans do not understand the delicate balance of our region," said Delegate Morath of the Lorathi. His wide, flat face showed what his species called a smile, but it wasn't friendly. "Your kind is still new to space. You should watch and learn before trying to expand so quickly." Todd felt anger rise in his chest, but kept his face calm. This was the same story for decades. Humans ask for equal rights. Aliens say no. The Vex and Lorathi were the oldest and most powerful species in the Concord. What they said, everyone followed. "We understand very well," Ta said, keeping his voice low and gentle. The other diplomats had no idea how much strength it took for him to speak so softly. "Earth has been a respectful member of the Concord for almost 30 years. We have shared technology, offered aid in crisis, and followed every rule. Observer status is not full membership," Morath reminded him. "Your species is still under evaluation. Your unpredictable biology concerns many council members." What Morath meant was, "We are afraid of you because you are strong, so we will keep you weak." Later, in the private room of the human embassy, Tad received a message from Earth Command. He read it twice, his face getting darker. "Bad news?" asked Officer Min. "The Vex have blockaded our mining colony on Proxima Centauri IV, Ta said. "They claim we crossed into their territory. It's a lie." "How many people are there?" 50,000, mostly families." Ta closed his eyes for a moment. "The colony has food and supplies for maybe 2 weeks." Min looked worried. "Will the council help?" Ta laughed without humor. "I already asked. They said it's a bilateral dispute that we need to solve with the Vex directly." "And the Vex won't talk to us," Min said. "Exactly." Ta looked out at the stars. For decades, humans had played nice. They had been patient, polite, and humble. They had hidden their true strength to make others comfortable. But human patience was not endless. "Send a message to Earth Command," Ta said quietly. "Tell them we need to discuss Protocol Omega." Min's eyes went wide. "Sir, that's only for extreme situations." "I know what it's for," Ta said. "And I think the time has come to stop being so nice." Lieutenant G sat in the command chair of the Vigilant *, a small human patrol ship. The Vigilant * was supposed to be watching the edges of human space, far from trouble. But today, trouble had found them. Play the message again, Jay said, her face serious. The screen lit up. A tired man with dust on his face appeared. He was the governor of the human mining colony on Proxima Centauri IV. This is Governor Kang. Day 12 of the Vex blockade. Our food is running out. We're rationing water. The Vex ships won't let any supply vessels through. The governor rubbed his eyes. There are 50,000 people here. Families. Children. Please, we need help. The screen went dark. Then another message began. The governor again, but now his face showed fear. They're targeting medical facilities now. Our main hospital was hit an hour ago. Please, we have children here. Jai looked at her crew. They were all watching her, waiting for orders. The Vigilant was the closest human ship to Proxima Centauri IV. The next nearest help was 4 days away. Lieutenant, we have new orders from command, said Officer Park, looking up from his station. We are to maintain position and not approach the Vex blockade. Jai stood up and walked to the big window at the front of the bridge. In the distance, she could see the small dot that was Proxima Centauri, the star that the mining colony orbited. How many Vex ships are there? She asked. Our scans show 5 cruisers in blockade formation, answered crew member Doe from the sensor station. Standard patrol pattern. She thought about her oath. When she joined Earth's Space Forces, she swore to protect human life above all else. She thought about the 50,000 colonists. The children in the hospital. Command says the diplomats are working on it, Park added. Captain Tai is meeting with the Concord Council again today. Jai almost laughed. She had met Captain Tai once. He was a good man, but the council never listened to humans. They would talk and talk while people died. How long would it take us to reach the colony? She asked. The bridge went quiet. Everyone knew what she was thinking. 6 hours at normal speed, said Doe. 2 hours if we use full power. Full power, something no human ship had ever used in front of aliens. For 30 years, all human ships had run at reduced power around alien vessels. It was part of the plan to appear less threatening. Lieutenant, if we go there against orders, Park started. I know, G said quietly. I'll take full responsibility. She returned to her chair and pressed the ship-wide communication button. Attention all crew. This is Lieutenant G. The mining colony on Proxima Centauri IV needs our help. There are families there, children, who will die without assistance. She paused. Command has ordered us to stay put. I am choosing to disobey that order. The bridge crew looked at each other. No one spoke against her. Anyone who doesn't want to be part of this, you can log your objection now. No one will think less of you. No one moved. Very well. G nodded to the navigation officer. Set course for Proxima Centauri IV. Maximum speed. What about the Vex ships? Asked Park. They outgun us 5-1. G's face changed. For the first time in her career, she let herself feel the full strength that came from being human, from being a Deathworlder. Officer Park, please access the ship's secure systems. Authorization code G7 Delta Echo. Park's eyes went wide as he typed. System accessed, Lieutenant. Disable all power limiters. Disengage all restriction protocols on weapons and engines. She looked around at her shocked crew. The Vex think they know what human ships can do. Today they learn how wrong they are. As the Vigilant turned toward Proxima Centauri, its engines glowed brighter than they ever had before. Inside the ship, hidden systems came online. Systems the Concord species didn't know existed. The ship accelerated, moving faster than any human vessel had ever moved in alien space. Send one message to Earth Command, Jai ordered. Tell them the Vigilant is responding to the colony's distress call. Tell them. She took a deep breath. Tell them Protocol Omega is now active in the Proxima Centauri system. The Vex Commander Breck stood on the bridge of his flagship, looking at the small dot on the screen. A human ship was coming toward them. Just one small ship. They send a patrol vessel against 5 cruisers. Breck laughed, his scaled skin rippling. Humans are stranger than I thought. Sir, the vessel is approaching very fast, said his second-in-command. Faster than any human ship we've seen before. Breck waved a long finger. A new engine, perhaps. Still, it's one small ship. Prepare to intercept. Don't destroy it yet. I want to make an example of them. 5 Vex cruisers moved to form a wall in space. Each one was 3 times the size of the Vigilant Asterisk. Their weapons could destroy a small moon. On the Vigilant Asterisk, Lieutenant G watched the Vex ships grow larger on the screen. They're forming a blockade pattern, said Officer Park. Standard Vex tactics. J nodded. All crew, prepare for combat. Activate shields at full capacity. The crew looked at each other. Full capacity. No human ship had ever shown its true shield strength to aliens. Weapons ready, reported crew member Doe. All limiters disengage. The Vigilant Asterisk approached the Vex line. A message came through. Human vessel, this is Commander Breck of the Vex Defense Force. You are entering a restricted zone. Turn back now or be destroyed. G touched a button. Commander Breck, this is Lieutenant G of Earth Vessel Vigilant Asterisk. You are blockading a civilian colony and have attacked medical facilities. We are here to end that blockade. Laughter came through the speakers. With one small patrol ship. Turn back, human. This is your final warning. Jai looked at her crew. Ready the EMP weapons. Another system the humans had kept secret. EMP, electromagnetic pulse. Weapons could disable ships without destroying them. Target their engines and weapons only, Jai ordered. Fire when ready. The Vigilant Asterisk fired 5 shots, so fast they looked like one flash of light. Each Vex cruiser suddenly went dark, their engines and weapons dead. On the Vex flagship, Commander Breck stared in shock as his systems failed. Emergency power. Get weapons back online, he shouted. Sir, nothing works, his second-in-command reported. I've never seen weapons like this. The Vigilant Asterisk moved past the disabled Vex ships, heading toward the colony. J opened a channel to all Vex vessels. Your ships will regain power in 6 hours. That gives us time to help the colony and evacuate if needed. If you call for reinforcements, we will consider it an act of war. But Breck had already sent a distress call. 20 more Vex warships were on their way. On Earth, Admiral Hand stood in the control center of Earth Defense Command. Screens showed the situation at Proxima Centauri IV. The Vigilant Asterisk disabled 5 Vex cruisers. A junior officer asked in disbelief. Lieutenant G used the EMP weapons we've been developing, Han said calmly. The Vex never knew we had them. Another officer rushed in. Admiral, we're detecting a large Vex fleet moving toward Proxima Centauri, at least 20 warships. Han nodded slowly. For 30 years, humans had held back. They had hidden their true technology, their true strength. They had smiled and bowed to aliens who treated them like children or animals, all to avoid being feared, all to be accepted as peaceful members of the galactic community. And where had it gotten them? Their colonies were attacked. Their people were dying. The Concord Council ignored their pleas for help. Send the message to all human ships in the galaxy, Han ordered. His voice was quiet but firm. Protocol Omega is now in effect. The officers around him straightened. They knew what that meant. Sir, said a communications officer, the President wants to speak with you. Han nodded and took the secure line. Madam President, the Vex have forced our hand. Lieutenant G was right to protect our people. He listened for a moment, then nodded again. Yes, Madam President. I understand the consequences, but we can't hide what we are anymore. He looked at the map showing human ships across the galaxy. It's time the galaxy learned what it means when Deathworlders decide to stop being nice. Captain Taz stood in the Great Hall of the Concord Council. The room was filled with noise as aliens from 50 species talked all at once. News of what happened at Proxima Centauri IV was spreading fast. "Order. We will have order," shouted the council leader, a tall Lorathi named Merith. Slowly, the room grew quiet. All eyes turned to Captain Ta, the only human in the room. "Captain Ta," said Merith, "your people have attacked Vex ships without cause. This is an act of war." Tay's face showed no emotion. "Without cause. The Vex blocked our colony for 2 weeks. They fired on our hospital. 50,000 humans were starving. The Vex claim the colony is in their territory," said another council member. "A lie," Ta said. His voice was still calm, but somehow different. No longer soft. No longer careful. "The colony is in neutral space as recorded in Concord maps. We brought this to the council. You did nothing." A Vex delegate stood up. "The human ship used weapons we have never seen before. They have been hiding their technology from the Concord." Tai almost smiled. "Yes, we have." The room went silent. No one expected this answer. "For 30 years, Ta continued, humans have shown you only what we wanted you to see. Our ships run at 30% power in Concord space. Our soldiers use minimal force. Our diplomats smiled when insulted." Todd pulled out a small device and pressed a button. The big screen in the council room lit up. It showed human ships across the galaxy receiving messages. Then, one by one, the ships changed. They grew brighter, faster, stronger. "Protocol Omega," Ta said. "The end of pretending." Alarms began to sound throughout the Concord station. Aliens ran to communication panels, receiving urgent messages from their homeworlds. "What is happening?" demanded Merith. "Human ships are dropping their energy dampeners," Tai explained. "We're showing our true capabilities. Nothing more." On the screen, a Concord military post watched in shock as a human transport ship, previously thought to be a simple cargo vessel, transformed. Hidden weapon ports opened. Shields doubled in strength. "This is madness," shouted a Vex delegate. "You have deceived us all." "Yes," Ta said simply. "We did, out of kindness." He stepped forward, and for the first time in 30 years of diplomacy, he let his true strength show. His movements were faster, more fluid than any alien had seen from a human before. The guards near him stepped back without thinking. "When we first met the Concord, we learned quickly how you saw us," Ta said. "A species from a deadly world. Stronger, faster, more durable than most. You feared us before you knew us." He looked around the room. "So we made ourselves smaller, weaker, slower. We held back in every way to make you comfortable. We thought in time you would see we meant no harm." Another alert sounded. On the big screen, 20 Vex warships approached Proxima Centauri, where Lieutenant G's small patrol ship waited. Then suddenly, 3 human battleships appeared from nowhere, their stealth systems deactivated for the first time. The council watched in disbelief as the 3 human ships moved with impossible speed, surrounding the 20 Vex warships like wolves around sheep. "We tried to be good neighbors," Ta said to the stunned council. "We restrained ourselves out of respect. That ends today." He turned to leave the council chamber. At the door, he stopped and looked back. A wise human once said, "Beware the fury of a patient man." For 30 years, we have been very, very patient. As he walked out, his communicator beeped. It was a message from Earth Command. "All human ships report ready. Protocol Omega fully engage. The galaxy now sees us as we truly are." All across the galaxy, human ships change. Engines that once seemed weak now glowed with intense power. Hidden weapon systems came online. Ships moved twice as fast as before. The Vex fleet commander at Proxima Centauri could not believe his eyes. His 20 warships were surrounded by just 3 human vessels, but his sensors showed weapon power that matched 100 Concord dreadnoughts. "How is this possible?" He asked his second-in-command. "These are not the humans we know." "Sir, they're hailing us," said an officer. On the screen appeared the face of a human woman. "This is Commander High of the Earth Defense Force. Your blockade of our colony ends now. Power down your weapons and leave this system immediately." The Vex commander laughed. "You think 3 ships can defeat 20? Commander High did not smile. "We don't need to defeat you. We just need to show you what we can do." One human ship fired a single shot, a beam of light brighter than a small sun. It passed between 2 Vex ships, missing them by meters, and hit a small moon in the distance. The moon cracked in half. The Vex commander's mouth fell open. No Concord weapon could do that. "That was 5% power," said Commander High. "The next shot will not miss. You have 1 minute to leave." The Vex fleet turned and left so quickly they almost crashed into each other. On the shared Concord space station near the Lorathy homeworld, Engineer Sue sat at her workstation. For 5 years, she had pretended to study the advanced Concord technology. She had acted impressed by systems that were decades behind what Earth used. Now, as her screen showed Protocol Omega was active, she stopped pretending. Her Lorathy supervisor walked in. "Engineer Sue, what are you doing?" "That system is for authorized Concord engineers only." Sue didn't look up as her fingers flew over the controls. "I'm fixing it. Your defense grid has a weakness that could cause the whole station to lose power." "That's impossible. Our engineers designed it perfectly." Sue stepped back as the screen showed the changes she had made. "There. Now it's perfect." The Lorathy looked at the screen, then at Sue. "How did you understand our systems so completely? It took our engineers 50 years to build this." Sue finally turned to him. "I understood it the first day I saw it. I just didn't tell you." At Proxima Centauri IV, Lieutenant G watched as supply ships rushed to the colony. The people would be safe now. "Lieutenant, we're getting reports from across human space," said Officer Park. "All human ships have activated Protocol Omega. The Vex are retreating everywhere." J nodded. "And the colony?" "Governor Kang reports the medical facilities are working again. No more deaths." Jai looked out at the stars. "Send a message to Earth Command. Tell them the Vigilant has secured Proxima Centauri IV. No casualties." In the Concord Training Center, a group of alien soldiers watched in shock as a human surgeon named Da removed his special suit for the first time in public. The suit had been designed to limit human strength and speed, making them appear similar to other species. Without it, Surgeon Da moved so fast, the aliens could barely see him. He lifted training weights that would crush most species. His reflexes were faster than the center's computer could measure. "This is what humans really are," he told the stunned aliens. "This is what we've been hiding." One brave Toreki soldier stepped forward. "Why hide? Why pretend to be weaker?" Day looked at him sadly. "Because we wanted you to see us as friends, not monsters. We wanted to be accepted, not feared." The Toreki nodded slowly. "And now?" "Now we stop hiding," said Da. "Now we stop letting our people suffer just to make others comfortable." News spread quickly through the Concord worlds. Humans had positioned ships at key points across Concord space. Not attacking. Just watching. Waiting. The message was clear. The Deathworlders were done being nice. The Concord Council called an emergency meeting. Representatives from all 50 major species attended. Many were angry. Some were afraid. All wanted answers. Dr. Kim walked into the council chamber with Captain Ta. Dr. Kim was Earth's top xenobiologist, a scientist who studied alien life. She carried a small data device. "The council recognizes Dr. Kim of Earth," said Council Leader Mereth, his voice tight with worry. Dr. Kim bowed slightly. "Thank you for allowing me to speak. I am here to explain what humans have hidden for 30 years. She connected her device to the council's big screen. A chart appeared showing different planet types. "The Concord classifies planets by how dangerous they are," Dr. Kim explained. Class 1 is safest. Class 10 was thought to be the most dangerous type where life could exist. The aliens nodded. This was basic knowledge. You classified Earth as a Class 8 death world when we first met, Dr. Kim continued. This was based on information we gave you. She touched her device. The chart changed. Earth moved from Class 8 to Class 12. A gasp went through the room. There was no Class 12 in the Concord system. Earth is not just a death world, Dr. Kim said calmly. It is an extreme death world, the most hostile inhabited planet ever discovered. She showed pictures of Earth, massive storms, active volcanoes, deep oceans, vast deserts, and dense jungles filled with predators. Humans evolved on a planet with gravity 30% stronger than standard Concord worlds. Our atmosphere has higher oxygen levels, making fires common. Our radiation levels from our sun would kill most species in days. The screen showed a human body diagram. We have redundant organs. Dr. Kim pointed to different parts. 2 kidneys, a liver that can regrow if damaged, lungs with far more capacity than needed. We have bones 3 times denser than most species. Our muscles can lift 10 times our body weight in emergency situations. The aliens looked at the humans with new eyes, not with anger now, but with growing fear. Our reflexes allow us to catch fast-moving objects that most species can't even see properly. Our bodies can heal from injuries that would kill most life forms. We can survive temperatures from -40 to +50 on your standard scale. Captain Ta stepped forward. When we joined the Concorde, we saw how you looked at us, with suspicion, with fear. So we hid the truth. He gestured to his uniform. This fabric contains special fibers that limit our strength. Our ships use dampeners to seem less powerful. Our soldiers train to move slowly, to seem less threatening. Dr. Kim continued, we wanted to be accepted as equals, not feared as monsters. We held back in every way imaginable. A vexed delegate stood up. If what you say is true, why reveal yourselves now? To conquer us. Dr. Kim shook her head. No, we reveal ourselves because we're tired of being treated as lesser beings while our people suffer. The blockade at Proxima Centauri was the final straw. Captain Tae's face grew serious. For 30 years, we've been the nice newcomers. We followed your rules. We accepted being kept as observers instead of full members. We smiled when insulted. We held back our strength. He looked around the room. All we wanted was to be part of this community, to be respected as equals. Instead, you feared what little you saw of us and kept us at a distance. Dr. Kim turned off her device. We don't want war. We don't want to rule anyone. We just want fair treatment. An old Toreki representative slowly stood. I have a question, if I may. Dr. Kim nodded. If humans are so strong, so advanced, why did you hide it for so long? Why not take what you wanted from the beginning? Captain Ta smiled sadly. Because that's not who we are. On our world, the strong protect the weak. They don't prey on them. He paused, then added, but the strong don't let themselves be mistreated either. Not forever. Admiral Han arrived at the Concorde station the next day. He was a tall man with gray in his hair and eyes that had seen many battles. The council chamber was full again. This time, armed guards from many species lined the walls. Admiral Han almost smiled at this, as if their weapons would matter now. The council recognizes Admiral Han of Earth, said Council Leader Mereth, trying to keep his voice steady. Han walked to the center of the room. Unlike Captain Ta, he wore no special suit to hide his strength. His movements were quick and sure, making some aliens step back without thinking. I bring terms from Earth, Han said simply. Terms. A vexed delegate stood up, angry. You show your hidden power. Position warships throughout our space, and now you bring terms. This is an act of war. Han looked at him calmly. If we wanted war, you would already be defeated. Our terms are simple and fair. He held up one finger. First, humans will have full membership in the Concord, with all rights and privileges. No more observer status. He held up a second finger. Second, all human technology that was taken for study without permission will be returned immediately. Many aliens looked uncomfortable. For years, they had been taking human devices, thinking humans didn't notice or couldn't stop them. Third, Han continued, the Vex will pay for damages to the Proxima Centauri colony and its people. The Vex delegate shouted, "This is robbery. The colony was in our territory." Han didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. The colony was in neutral space, as your own maps show. He touched a small device on his wrist. The big screen in the room showed official Concord star maps. The colony was clearly in neutral space, not Vex territory. "You lied," Han said, "and people died because of that lie." The Lorathi representative stood next. "These terms are too harsh. The Concord cannot." Han cut him off. "There is one more term." The room went silent. "We know what some of you have been doing to humans you've captured." The screen changed. Now it showed a secret lab. Lorathi scientists stood around a table. On the table was a human, awake and in pain. "This facility on Lorathi Prime has been experimenting on human civilians for 15 years, Han said. The Lorathi representative turned pale. "This is a lie. A fake. We have the names of 63 humans taken to that lab." Han continued as if the Lorathi hadn't spoken. 41 didn't survive the experiments. More images appeared. More labs. More humans being treated like test animals. "How did you get these images?" Council Leader Mereth asked, shocked. "We've had stealth drones watching every major Concord world for 20 years, Han said. "We know everything you've done. We've been patient. That patience has run out." Suddenly, the Lorathi representative pulled out a hidden weapon. "Enough," he shouted, pointing it at Han. "You Deathworlders should have been eliminated when you first appeared." The Lorathi fired 3 shots. Han moved faster than most aliens could see. He caught the first shot in his hand, his specially treated glove absorbing the energy. He leaned away from the second shot. The third he knocked aside with his arm. Before the guards could move, Han was across the room. He took the weapon from the Lorathi's hand and crushed it. "That was unwise," Han said softly. Guards rushed forward, but Han made no other move. He walked calmly back to the center of the room. "We know which species supported experiments on humans," he said. "We know which ones stole our technology. We know which ones planned to attack Earth." He looked around the silent room. "We've been watching. We've been patient. That patience has run out." He stood tall, a human showing his true strength for the first time. "You have 24 hours to accept our terms. After that, we will take what is ours and leave the Concord forever. And trust me, you don't want humans as enemies." The council took less than 12 hours to accept the human terms. They had no real choice. Human ships held positions near every major Concord world. Human technology was clearly far beyond what they had shown before. 1 week later, the galaxy looked very different. Commander Yu stood on the bridge of the Earth flagship Determination *. The ship was now openly showing its true size and power. No more hiding. No more pretending to be weaker. "Status report," Yu said to her crew. "All human colonies are secure," reported her second-in-command. "The Vex have pulled back from all neutral zones. They've begun paying the damages for Proxima Centauri IV." Yu nodded. "And the Lorathi?" "The secret labs have been shut down. The scientists responsible are being tried under Concord law. 22 human survivors have been returned to Earth for medical care." Yu looked out at the stars. It had been a tense week, but there had been no war, no battles, just the quiet understanding that the balance of power had changed forever. In the newly reformed Concord Council, Captain Todd took his seat at the main table, not in the back anymore, not as an observer, as a full member with equal rights. Next to him sat the ambassador of the Toraki, a species that had been seen as minor and unimportant before. Now everyone knew the truth. The Toraki had secretly allied with humans years ago. We recognized humans for what they were from the first meeting. The Toraki ambassador explained to the council. A strong species with good hearts. We chose to be friends rather than enemies. Other species that had been kind to humans found themselves with new respect and power in the council. Those who had been cruel or dishonest found themselves carefully watched by human ships. On a small trading post near the edge of Concord space, 3 alien merchants watched a human worker load heavy boxes onto a ship. The human no longer wore a strength-limiting suit. He lifted boxes that would take 4 aliens to move. "Did you know they were this strong?" asked one merchant. "I had heard stories," said another, "but I thought they were just stories." The third merchant, older and wiser, shook his head. "I always wondered why they accepted such poor deals from us. Now I understand. They were being nice." In her office on Earth, the president met with Admiral Han and the leaders of Earth's government. "The transition is going smoothly," Han reported. "Most species have accepted the new reality without resistance." "And those who haven't?" asked the president. "They're learning," Han said simply. "The Vex tried to hide some of our stolen technology. When we found it, they apologized very quickly." The president looked at the reports on her desk. "We've hidden who we are for 30 years. Was it worth it?" An older man, who had helped create the original plan to hide human strength, spoke up. "We needed time. Time to learn about the galaxy. Time to build our forces. Time to see who could be trusted." Han nodded. "If we had shown our true nature from the start, many species would have united against us out of fear. They would have seen us as monsters from a nightmare world." "And now?" asked the president. "Now they see us as we truly are," Han said. "Strong, yes. Dangerous, yes. But fair. We could have conquered. Instead, we asked for equality." Commander Yu received a message from Earth Command. A new task force was being formed. Its mission: to find other species who had been bullied or pushed aside by the stronger Concord races. "We know how it feels to be treated as less than equal," the message said. "Now we have the power to help others who have been treated the same way." Yu smiled as she read the orders. Humans had finally stopped pretending to be weak, but they hadn't forgotten their values. "Set course for the outer systems," she told her crew. "We have new friends to make." 10 years passed. The galaxy found a new balance. Humans no longer hid their strength, but they also didn't use it to rule over others. They kept their promise to be equal members of the galactic community. Ambassador Hyun stood before a class of young aliens from 20 different species. They were training to be future diplomats in the new Concord Academy on a space station near Earth. "Today we will discuss the event that changed the galaxy," Hyun said to the eager students. "Some call it the Death Worlder Revelation. Others call it the Day of Truth." A young Vex student raised a hand. "My grandfather says it was the day humans showed their real faces." Hyun smiled gently. "In a way, he's right. For 30 years, we wore masks. We pretended to be less than we were." "Why?" asked a Toreki student. "Why hide your strength for so long?" Hyun walked to the window. Outside, ships from many worlds moved peacefully around the station. Human vessels with their now familiar powerful engines flew alongside ships from other worlds. "When humans first left our solar system, we found a galaxy full of different life," Han explained. "Most species evolved on safer worlds than Earth. They were not built to survive the dangers we faced every day." She showed pictures of Earth's harsh environments, from burning deserts to freezing mountains. "We knew if we showed our full strength immediately, many would see us as threats. As monsters, we wanted to be welcomed, not feared." "But hiding didn't work," said another student. "No," Hyun agreed. "Hiding our strength didn't win us respect. Some species saw our kindness as weakness. They took advantage of us. They hurt our people. The image changed to show the colony on Proxima Centauri IV, now a thriving city with a memorial to those who died during the blockade. Sometimes being nice doesn't work, Hyun continued. Sometimes you must show your strength to be respected. A Lorethi student, from a species that once experimented on humans, looked down in shame. My parents say we were wrong to fear humans. That fear made us cruel. Hyun nodded. Fear often leads to poor choices, but look at us now. The screen showed images from across the galaxy. Humans working alongside other species. Human medical technology saving lives on many worlds. Human ships protecting smaller, weaker worlds from those who would harm them. The mistake wasn't underestimating human strength, Hyun said. The mistake was testing human restraint. We didn't want war. We didn't want dominance. We simply wanted respect. In a small bar on the edge of Concord space, an old Vex ship captain told stories to younger aliens. You think you know humans, he said, his scales faded with age. I was there the day they stopped being nice. He described how his battle group of 20 warships had faced 3 human vessels. They could have destroyed us all, he said, his voice low. Instead, they disabled our weapons and let us leave. That's when I knew. The truly strong don't need to prove themselves through destruction. On a distant world, newly discovered by the Concord, a young species looked with wonder at the human and Toraki representatives who had come to welcome them to the galactic community. We were once like you, the human diplomat told them. New to the stars, uncertain of our place, we learned hard lessons about strength and restraint. The Toraki diplomat added, and we learned when to be friends with those others feared. Together, they offered the new species something no one had offered humans 30 years before: respect from the beginning, help without conditions, and friendship without fear. In schools across the galaxy, children of many species learned about the day the Deathworlders stopped being nice. The lesson was always the same. True strength is shown not by dominating others, but by how long you can show restraint, and by what you do when that restraint finally ends. As Ambassador Hyun told her students on that final day of class, remember this above all, the humans never changed. We were always what we are. The galaxy just finally saw us clearly.